Have you ever wondered why the wisdom of Solomon, the wisest king in history, has been banned and hidden for centuries? Perhaps within those teachings lie secrets beyond human understanding, truths that could change the world. In this video, we will explore why Solomon's priceless wisdom was not allowed to be widely shared, and what these forbidden secrets truly contain. Don't miss out. Subscribe to the channel so you won't miss exciting discoveries about the untold mysteries of human history. The first book of Kings describes Solomon as a king of immense wisdom. At the beginning of Solomon's reign, God appeared to him in a dream and granted him a wish. In response, Solomon asked for a discerning heart to carry out his royal duties, and he was granted a wise and understanding mind. 1 Kings 3:5-14. 1 Kings 3:12. I will give you a wise and discerning heart so that there will never have been anyone like you, nor will there ever be. This made him a symbol of wisdom and justice. However, the wisdom of Solomon, a text banned from most Bibles, reveals layers of meaning beyond what traditional scriptures show. The wisdom of Solomon, also known as the wisdom of Solomon, is not included in the canonical Bible for various reasons related to tradition and the historical development of churches. However, many theories suggest that its exclusion from the canonical Bible is due to complex factors involving language, history, and religious thought. In Catholicism and Eastern Orthodoxy, this book belongs to the group of deuterocanonical books, or second books, while in Protestantism, it is not part of the canonical Bible, but is included in the Apocrypha, or hidden books. First, let's discuss the origin, timing, and language of the book. The Wisdom of Solomon was written around the 1st century BCE, or during the reign of Caligula, 37 to 41 AD. It is a book written in Greek, most likely compiled in Alexandria, Egypt. Like the traditional Old Testament books of Judaism, this book is believed to have been written in Greek instead of Hebrew or Aramaic. At that time, Alexandria was a major cultural hub where Greek and Jewish cultures merged. Many Jews there were influenced by Greek philosophy, especially schools of thought like those of Plato and Aristotle. Thus, books written in this environment often bear many Greek philosophical elements. The Greek language of the Wisdom of Solomon posed a major obstacle for the Jewish community, as the Old Testament books in the Hebrew Bible were primarily written in Hebrew or Aramaic and completed before the 5th century BCE. Post-Babylonian exile Judaism held that the Bible should only include books written in their traditional language, so books written in Greek were often considered less canonical. For Jews, biblical books needed to be written during the prophetic era, meaning before the end of the age of the prophets. Jewish tradition generally holds that the prophetic period ended around the 5th century BCE, after figures like Malachi and Ezra played pivotal roles in Jewish religious history. However, the Wisdom of Solomon was written after this period, around the 1st century BCE. This timing did not meet Judaism's chronological standards, and therefore it was not recognized in the Hebrew Bible. Secondly, let's discuss the philosophical ideas and theological differences of the book compared to other canonical scriptures. The Wisdom of Solomon contains many unique philosophical and theological ideas, partly due to Greek cultural influences. Specifically, it discusses concepts of the soul's immortality, rewards and punishments after death, and a clear distinction between righteous and sinful souls. These ideas are rooted in Greek philosophy, especially Plato's ideas on the soul and immortality. While some ideas about the soul and the afterlife can be found in the prophetic books of the Jewish Bible, Orthodox Judaism does not place a strong emphasis on these concepts. Instead, traditional Judaism often focuses on present life and adherence to Torah laws, rather than metaphysical issues of the soul and the afterlife. This makes the Wisdom of Solomon seem foreign and incompatible with Orthodox Jewish religious views. Finally, because the book's ethical ideas might influence other churches, it was not accepted in the canonical Bible of Judaism and Protestantism. To clarify this, we will compare specific ideas in the Wisdom of Solomon with thoughts in canonical scriptures and analyze how its philosophical and theological content might be controversial or incompatible with orthodox doctrines. The central theme of the work is wisdom itself, which appears in two main aspects. The first aspect is that in its relationship with humanity, wisdom is the perfection of the knowledge of the righteous as a gift from God manifested in actions. The second aspect is that in its direct relationship with God, wisdom has been with God from eternity. The 19 chapters of the work can be grouped into 3 parts. Lester Grab categorizes them as follows. Part 1. The Book of Eschatology includes a call for justice, words of the ungodly, the contrast between the wicked and the righteous, and admonitions on wisdom. Part 2, the Book of Wisdom, Solomon's discourse on wisdom, wealth, power, and prayer. The Book of History, an introduction followed by a 2-part depiction of plagues discussing God's power and mercy, false worship, and subsequent calamities, with a summary and concluding praise. This book is written for the rulers of the earth, one-to-one, urging them to love justice and seek wisdom. The wicked believe everything is random, and they should enjoy each day, but they are deceived. Unlike the gentle reflections of Ecclesiastes on vanity and the limits of human ambition, the Wisdom of Solomon offers a sharper view of injustice, asserting that wisdom is a resilient shield for the oppressed, a force against evil and deceit. This work portrays wisdom as a revolutionary tool, a divine weapon against tyranny, an idea that could make those in power wary. Another notable point is the connection of this text with the creation story in Genesis, but expanded to clarify the cosmic role of wisdom. In Genesis, God uses words to create the world, but in the Wisdom of Solomon, wisdom is portrayed as having existed from the beginning, guiding and shaping the creation process with precision and clear purpose. Wisdom is not merely an attribute of God, but a partner, a companion factor in the creation of the universe. The concept of wisdom as a companion to creation resonates in Proverbs 8, where wisdom declares, "I was there when he set the heavens in place." In the Wisdom of Solomon, wisdom is regarded as an almost divine attribute, closely connected with God and depicted as an entity with its own knowledge and power. Wisdom 7:25-26 states, "Wisdom is the breath of the power of God, and a pure emanation of the glory of the Almighty, a reflection of eternal light, a spotless mirror of the working of God." This reflects a philosophical perspective, akin to Greek thought, where wisdom acts as an intermediary that enables humans to understand and draw close to God. In the Hebrew Bible, wisdom is not viewed as an independent entity, but as a gift from God for those who fear Him and keep His commandments. Proverbs 9:10 clearly states, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom." This concept emphasizes that wisdom comes from the reverence of God and obedience, not as a divine attribute attainable through personal knowledge or reflection. This difference makes the concept of wisdom in the Wisdom of Solomon appear disconnected from Hebrew biblical thought. The early church's decision to exclude this work may be related to its bold statements and challenging messages toward contemporary power structures. Wisdom, as described here, is not an easily controlled aspect. It is a divine demand, promoting justice and openly condemning deceit. Those in power may not accept a concept beyond their control, a force embodying righteousness and honesty. The Wisdom of Solomon explicitly refers to the idea of the soul's immortality and life after death. Wisdom 3:1 states, "The souls of the righteous are in the hand of God, and no torment shall touch them." This notion reflects a belief in God's eternal protection for the souls of the righteous even after death. It expands to the idea that the soul has an independent existence and will be rewarded or punished after death. In the Hebrew Bible, the idea of the soul's immortality is not emphasized as explicitly. Books like Genesis and Exodus primarily focus on present life and the relationship between humans and God on earth. In Ecclesiastes 9:5, the writer states, "The living know that they will die, but the dead know nothing. They have no further reward, and even their name is forgotten." This view is in complete contrast to the concept of the soul's immortality in the Wisdom of Solomon, leading Orthodox Judaism to possibly view the content of this book as lacking a basis in Hebrew biblical tradition. The Wisdom of Solomon mentions rewards and punishments for the righteous and the wicked after they pass away. In Wisdom 5:15-16 it says, "But the righteous live forever, their reward is with the Lord, and the Most High takes care of them. Therefore they will receive the crown of glory and victory from the hand of God." This creates a vision of divine reward for the righteous after death. In Jewish tradition, the idea of reward and punishment after death is not as developed as in the Wisdom of Solomon. Rather than focusing on rewards or punishments for the soul after death, Judaism emphasizes blessings and righteousness in the present life. For example, in Deuteronomy 28, God blesses those who follow his laws in practical life with material conditions such as abundant harvests and good health, without mentioning rewards for the soul after death. Therefore, traditional Jewish institutions do not agree with emphasizing the afterlife as in the Wisdom of Solomon, as this could create a deviation from observing Torah laws to ensure a good life in the present. Finally, the Wisdom of Solomon contains passages that describe the righteous in strong terms, highlighting their innocence and perfection. Wisdom 2:22 speaks of the righteous. "They are unaware of the mysteries of God, do not hope for the reward of righteousness, and do not believe that holy souls will be rewarded." However, in many Hebrew Bible books like Psalms or the Prophets, the main characters often acknowledge their imperfection and weakness, always seeking God's mercy and forgiveness. Psalm 51 verse 5 states, "I was born in iniquity, and my mother conceived me in sin." The portrayal of the righteous as nearly perfect in the Wisdom of Solomon may create a conflict with the humility and dependence on God, which is central to many books in the Hebrew Bible. These elements indicate that the Wisdom of Solomon not only differs in language and time of composition, but also has many incompatibilities with the orthodox thoughts and doctrines in the Hebrew Bible. The book's emphasis on the soul's immortality, posthumous reward and punishment, and the notion of wisdom as a divine entity makes it incompatible with the religious perspectives of Judaism and Protestantism. Due to these differences, Orthodox biblical traditions do not include the Wisdom of Solomon in the official list of recognized books. Do you know of any other reasons why this book was banned? Share your thoughts so we can all discuss together. Let wisdom guide us, helping us realize that living a meaningful life is truly preparing for an eternal existence filled with light and love. Together, we have explored the Wisdom of Solomon, a treasure of wisdom that not only holds profound insights, but also guides us to a life of meaning and eternal life. This wisdom calls each of us to live virtuously, uphold justice, and seek light amidst life's challenges. If you find value in this message, please hit like and share this video with your loved ones so we can spread light and knowledge together. Don't forget to follow our channel so you don't miss upcoming videos, where we will continue uncovering mysteries and wonders in the Bible. We would love to hear your thoughts and reflections. Leave a comment below about what you've learned from today's lesson and how Solomon's wisdom has impacted your life. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Praise God for the wisdom and light He has given us. See you in the next videos, and may wisdom always guide your steps.